take out the spindle because you got to replace the lower ball joint here. Okay, so there's a few things you got to take out. Upper control arm ball joint, outer tie rod here. You got to take out your brakes, rotor, the nut here, the two screws here holding the rotor in, ABS, brake line, remove that out the way, ABS line, and the ABS sensor if you have one itself. So that needs to come out, and yeah, let me show you. Okay, first things first, I gotta get these screws loose. I already knocked them kind of loose. These are the pain in the butt if you can't they're just sometimes hard to get out because they get stuck in there. But what I use, just use your penetrating oil. I use Deep Creep, and I spray it the night before, let it set. So that's easy right there. It looks easy, at least I made it look easy. Okay, let's loosen up, let's crack this loose real quick here. So you gotta tap this out. There's a little tap in here. Tap that back out. Just get everything loose first. Should be good. Okay, let's get this nut out. Okay, that nut is loose. Okay, leave it on there for now. Alright, what are we gonna do next? We're gonna, let's get these ABS, brake line out the way. Let's see. So here, loosen these up. Oops. See it? ABS line. I already taken it out previously from another project. I didn't tighten it in, so there's two bolts, one here, one down here. So now you got two 10s holding the ABS line itself in. Here, 1 and 2. So you gotta get those two out. Okay. So here's your ABS. Alright, if you got one, this is what it looks like. Let it hang out the way. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and take the brake caliper and the brake caliper bracket off. I believe this is a 17 back here. So for 12, get the bottom one loose. Cool. It's loose. Put that to the side. Put the caliper bracket bolt in the back out. Tuck that away. Back here on my bucket. Now I got this bucket right here because I'm gonna lay this caliper on top of the bucket, so it relieves the stress off this. You don't want any stress or stretching this brake line right here. You don't want to break it, so that's what the bucket's there for. There it is. Okay, put that away. Okay. Cool. Okay, let's set that right on the bucket like so we don't damage anything. From here, what do we have left? We have the lower ball joint. We gotta separate the tie rod ball joint, outer tie rod. We gotta separate, and also the upper control arm ball joint up here. I don't know if you can see this guy. This needs to be separated too as well. So let's do the side. The outer tie rod went out. I believe that's a 17. There's usually a cotter pin in there, but since I didn't install it all the way because I knew I was going to take out this whole assembly here, so just pretend that there's a cotter pin in there. You take that out. Take that out, and then you take this castle nut off, which looks like this. Okay, so put that over to the side there. You get yourself a tool like so. You can bang this out, whatever you do, whatever you want. You might damage it, whatever, but go to your hardware store. If you have one, great. If not, you can rent these. You put down what, 20-30 bucks, and then once you're done with it, you can bring it back, get your money back. Okay, so but use this will help you a long ways. So what you do is you slide this right under. Just slide it right under. Then, oh, I need a wrench. Okay. Now as you start to twist this, be careful. Keep your hands out of the way. Oh, that's separated. Well, like I said, I didn't tighten it all the way, but see, that's separated. Okay. Now, the bottom one. Bottom one is the one. You could do the top two first, but I prefer to do the bottom one. So there's a cotter pin. Here's my cotter pin. You gotta remove. Bam. Put that to the side. When you put your new ball joint in, it comes with a new cotter pin and a new castle nut. Alright, and this is a 17, so let's crack her loose. Cool. Get that loose. Now, this is where your tool comes in handy again. So, let's see if we can get this in. Slide her in. Okay. Like I said, you gotta be careful. When it pops. There it is. Now that that's separated, okay, you got the top. So let's get the top out. Okay, same thing up here. Now, you would have a cotter pin in here. Same thing as the bottom. You would take that cotter pin out. You would release this, or get this castle nut off. Like I said, I didn't tighten mine because I knew I was going to take this whole assembly off, so that's right away. Alright, okay. The nut that I just took off, I'm going to put it back. So I don't lose that. That's for later. As well as my outer tie rod, castle nut, put that back on too, so I don't lose that. Okay. From here, this is all loose. It's ready to come out. The only thing that's holding it in right now is the nut that we did not take out yet. So we did loosen it up. So let's take that out. Let's loosen it up. And let's put this to the side. Okay, hopefully that's the angle right there. So we're gonna pick up and we're gonna push the axle back out. We're gonna back it out. There it is. Voila. Okay. It's released. Okay. Oh. Dang, I'm such a dummy. I took it out with the rotor. I need to take the rotor out too because I'm gonna replace it with these guys. I'm such a dummy. See, this is a lot heavier. I mean, I guess go with it, but I gotta take my motor out. Damn slow. See what happens when I get ahead of myself. Alright, let's see if I can get these out. Usually when this whole spindle's on there, you would knock it right here on the side to get it loose. But let's just see if I can get the screw in there and just press it out. There it is. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. That's what my daughter says. So there it is. Look at my ball joint. Destroyed. So yeah, I'm gonna replace this. These, I already took out the other side. I already attempted to press this out, but without the proper tools, I am unable to do it. So what I'm gonna do is bring both spindles to the shop, to a friend's shop, have them press them out, put the new ones in, and then I'll be one happy camper. So once I bring it back, then we reverse the whole installation, and I'll put in my new rotors and my new brake pads, and then we'll torque everything down to spec. Went ahead and put my old lugs on here so I don't damage the lug nuts or the threads once I bring it to shop. So, okay, now extra side project. I'm gonna be removing my lower control arm. This guy right here, because since I'm going to the shop, I need a press. They have a press, and I have energy suspension bushings that can go right in there. So I'm gonna have to take this this part out here, and then there's 1, 2, 3, about 4 bolts, and that should come right off. Removal. So get this guy loose here. Two. Okay. Let's crack this hole loose here too. Okay, that's loose. Get the back one loose. That's loose. And then another one back here. All 17s. Let's just get them loose. Okay. Just knock this bolt out. Get your 14. Take this guy out right here. Yeah. See, I have the tool to press the ball joint in, but to take it out, I tried everything. I tried the torch. I tried hitting it with the freaking hammer. That didn't work. So, you know, sometimes you want to try to do everything on your own with the limited tools that you have at the garage, but sometimes you just need that extra help. So, alright, let me take this out. Yeah. Okay. Set this down here. Okay. The axle is going to be hanging, so I'm gonna make a little bit of room next to my caliper. Slide this over so I make some room for my axle to sit. I think she's safe there. Okay. yeah, I'm gonna get the rest of these bolts out here. Just one nut, and there's a bolt. Take that out there, and you got one more in the back. You see that back there? Oh, there it is. There we go. There it is. Okay. See how right here it's all sagging and it's also cracking. Can you see? So I gotta press this out with the press. I don't have a press here, so I gotta bring it to the shop and have a buddy press it out for me. So since I'm gonna do the ball joint, I might as well just do these guys too. Alright, go to the shop. When I'm back, you know, we'll put everything back together. Alright, I'm back. So I got the spindles back. Here they are. Here's my new lower ball joints here. There was absolutely no way I was gonna get these off with the tools that I have in my garage. So we actually had to go at this with an air hammer back here to push out the old one, and a little bit of WD-40, and it came right out. So yeah, so I didn't have the correct tools in my arsenal. Had to bring it to the shop and get a little help. So yeah, got that out, pressed a new one in. If you're wondering, these are the MevoTech heavy duty ball joints. I got a great deal on these, so I decided to try them out. So yeah, they are green. The ball in here is a little bit I guess bigger, and the construction wise comes with a bigger castle nut, your cotter pin, and it's pre-greased, it's not greasable, but it's the heavy duty version. So yeah, that's it. And then the other piece that I did, I don't know if, let me see here, my energy suspension bushing here. So I didn't have a press, but since I was going to the shop, I was like, you know what, I might as well get these old ones pressed out. So these are the new energy suspension. Yeah, it's got a little bit of excess grease on it, but that's what you want, because you don't want to put you don't want to ride it with no grease and then just be having a squeaky ride all day and wondering what's going on. It's because you didn't put enough grease. So they give you plenty. They give you like what, four tubes. Just use it all. I mean, what are you gonna do with it, right? You're gonna hold it and use it one day, whatever. Just use it. It's just grease. It comes in 2 halves, right? 2 halves, and then it comes with a new sleeve. I'm just gonna clean this up a little bit before I put it on. But yep, that's that there, and my new lower ball joints. Make sure cotter pin is nicely not cotter pin, snap ring. Make sure your snap ring is nicely seated under there, so that this guy doesn't have a chance of popping out somewhere down the line.